Most leaders treat cloud sovereignty as a compliance tax. It's a legal checkbox so their business can keep moving forward. But that view is now a strategic liability. In 2026, sovereignty is no longer just about where your data lives. It's about who controls the operational, legal, and most importantly, the commercial switch. If you get this wrong, you're not just facing a fine, you're facing a forced redesign of your entire business model. Welcome to Convergence. I'm Guy Bartram, and today we're discussing the sovereign pivot and why it's become a board-level discussion about growth, especially in AI scenarios, and not just a back-office compliance task. For years, the question was, which region should my data reside in? That question has changed. Today, the sovereign question concerns if conditions change, regulation, geopolitics, or vendor pricing, can you keep operating without breaking your budget and your timelines? Because sovereignty is now leverage. It's pricing sovereignty, it's capacity sovereignty, and it's your ability to negotiate from a position of strength. That brings us to a recent topic that most sovereignty conversations avoid: the massive AI capex expenditure by hyperscale and big tech. See, cloud is increasingly becoming an infrastructure finance business. And when hyperscale commits to industrial scale investment like this, that spending must be monetized. And monetization shows up in contract structure, not just in list price. We can expect more commitments, more premium tiers, and ultimately less pricing flexibility. So the sovereign cloud question expands. If your provider's commercial model tightens at renewal, do you have pricing sovereignty? Can you move? Or are you trapped in an unsovereign dependency, even if your data residency boxes are all validated? And this isn't theoretical, just look at the market. Hyperscale providers have been developing various solutions for sovereign cloud offerings with unique operational strategies, emphasizing things like enhanced sovereign controls, regionally managed operations, basically all to ensure they don't miss an essential market shift and the associated opportunities. But that's just one layer. Sovereignty is not just a legal architecture. It's also a physical architecture with physical dependencies and consequences. A great example of physical dependency and a current cloud bottleneck is power. Power grid delays are now a major constraint on data center expansion in key markets, and fixing this takes years. AWS estimated a 7-year time frame in parts of Europe due to grid capacity, and that fundamentally changes what available capacity means. It means compliant capacity is not guaranteed, and your resilience and sourcing strategy must account for it. If you still see sovereign cloud as a simple compliance feature, you're already behind. This is about deliverability and supply chain dependency, as sovereign cloud requirements will no doubt follow business critical regulations like DORA in the EU. And as cloud fragments into these sovereign zones, the real hidden cost isn't going to be things like duplicate storage, it's going to be the connective fabric and the integration tax. It's going to be the engineering effort required to make an AI workflow in one jurisdiction safely access data in another without breaking the rules of your budget. If you don't plan for this, sovereignty doesn't just slow you down, it's going to destroy your unit economics. When market conditions such as fragmented sovereign zones and in the case of AI, concentrated demand inside limited supply chains, then contract structures harden. That's the moment the capex story becomes a sovereignty concern. If you can't move, you don't have sovereignty. You're just checking boxes. And this raises two uncomfortable questions I think leaders should be asking their teams now. Firstly, what percentage of your cloud bill is truly optional if pricing changes at your next renewal? And if you can't answer this, then you have a sovereignty gap. Secondly, how fast can you move 30% of your critical workloads, now typically AI related, to infrastructure you control without breaking operations? And if the answer is 12 to 18 months, you aren't negotiating, you're accepting supplier terms. And this is why architecture is a critical measure of sovereignty. If you like, the label is marketing, and there's been plenty of sovereign marketing. Schematic is reality. True sovereignty is understanding your data paths, your encryption control, your exit strategy. The biggest trap of all is convenience. Integrated hyperscale services are powerful until you need to decouple. Then you discover the exit cost isn't just technical, it's architectural. Businesses need to stop treating sovereignty as a defense and pivot by turning it into a go-to-market advantage. Consider defensibility. Don't just think of compliance, look at continuity under shock. Prove to your customers that their operations are safe if jurisdiction, supply chain, grid, or policy changes. That will win you trust. Decouple models from the data. In a sovereign AI world, you can't always move data to a central model. Designs should use federated architectural patterns, so training and inference can happen locally, and only approved signals can cross borders. Lastly, audit dependencies. Ask your teams if a critical workload can be moved to a local provider in 90 days. If the answer involves replatforming proprietary APIs, you're locked in. The real exit plan isn't just an IT project, it's a bargaining power. The convergence is that the market is split between those who view sovereignty as a burden and those who are leveraging it as a structural advantage. Sovereign designs need to build resilience into the architecture that flow across borders when allowed and lock down instantly when required. Okay, so let me leave you one question. Is sovereignty slowing down your AI adoption, or are you using it to protect your growth and win trust? I'm Guy Bartram. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time on Convergence.